Hello, everyone. Welcome to Red Candle Club Trade Journal. This is Lawrence speaking, and I will be recording these on a regular basis just to track, what I'm looking at in the markets, what I'm currently waiting on, what I'm currently trading on. Of course, this is not financial advice. I may or may not hold some of the assets discussed on this. Please do your own research before investing. You are taking your own risk when investing in these assets. Okay, just give me a second to figure out which screen. I have like so many tabs open. There we go. So this is TradingView, awesome platform. So a couple things I'm looking at. The market is still. It was actually green this morning, and there was a recent sell off like right before I did this episode. Um, the stock market was green, and now it's very red, and I don't know what changed. I haven't really been following the news, but the dollar going up and everything going down here is an interesting development today, given where the Fed's position is at. But anyway, back to crypto. I have been looking at Ari recently. So Ari is a gaming token that is on Solana, and they recently had an exploit where someone was able to mint Ari tokens, and that's where this big red candle is. So I was looking at this one because I have been looking at it for a while, but I missed this run up and just kind of been waiting for a correction. And it seems like now is the right time. There was a lot of buying right here, right under the Ichimoku cloud, which took it above it, and that's pretty encouraging. And if you look at the momentum indicators here, it is still falling, and we could still be consolidating for quite a while. It could even still come down a little bit, but I'm pretty comfortable with the risk reward here to start looking at getting into this. I think this is a pretty nice trade. Speaking of Solana, Metaplex, which is an NFT platform, it's an NFT creation technology, just blew up recently. So I'm looking at this too, but I'm not chasing this pump. Um, I'm just going to wait on this one. I've been noticing a lot of real world assets plays have been correcting a lot recently. So I'm kind of looking at getting in on some of those that I've missed. So, you have Goldfinch here, which was kind of like the leader. And you see that it peaked a few weeks ago and now is starting to correct. And, it's coming up to the Ichimoku cloud here, which is going to be a test of its resilience. I think it's going to succeed this test. You can see the momentum's been trending down for a while. So it still looks like it's discovering in price discovery. But if any of you are looking to acquire this, you may be getting into a good opportunity here. Let's see. There's Canto, which I missed the initial run up, but I've been waiting to get in. Canto's kind of in the same spot, right around when Goldfinch peaked is when Canto peaked, and it's been correcting. It's basically just been down only for a few weeks. I am still going to wait on this one because I feel like this is looking pretty bad. It's under the Ichimoku cloud now. And there's a green candle today, which looks positive, but there was also one a week or so ago, and then it just kept going down, right? So, I mean, I would be waiting and being patient here. If it falls down to this EMA here, the 100-day EMA, I'll probably step in there because it's right around the support line where there was some consolidation here too. So I would feel comfortable getting in around that price. But Canto is it's got a pretty good use case, and it's in the real world assets arena. So I quite like that one. Another one I'm looking at is Factor, another real world asset. Again, did this double top, same thing Canto did, or actually not Canto, sorry, different token. I'm getting mixed up, but this one did a double top. It topped back in July, and it hit the same top here, and it even topped from a momentum basis too. And then it's been correcting for a little while. So this is also not that great considering it pumped quite a bit today and came right to the top of the cloud, and now it's back to the bottom of the cloud. So that still says we may have a little more price discovery to go here. But again, I feel like the risk reward here is pretty supportive. If it got down to like 5 cents, I think that's a good spot to get in. So that's just a couple of real world asset tokens I'm looking at. I've also noticed that AI tokens, there's some that have been correcting. Tau is actually in a pretty precarious position here. Tau is like the leader right now. It has been on an insane run for the last couple months. It went to $50 from $50 to almost 400, so an 8x increase, and it's kind of peaking out here. The momentum is topped out. It looks like we're correcting. It could continue to consolidate. I wouldn't be surprised to get into the mid 250 range, even into 200s. The low 200s. I'm not expecting a huge correction here. If it got into the mid 200s, I'd probably look to pick it up. At least, start scaling into it. I feel like it could consolidate there, continue moving higher. And let's see, PAL is another one that I've been looking at. PAL is has also been in a moment of price discovery here. It went also on an insane run. I mean, look at this one. This is you 10x'd it even more, 20x'd. From the bottom in July or September up to up here. So this has been a pretty great run for PAL. But again, it topped out. Momentum is pretty bad here. You could see that it came close to the peak in terms of price, and then now it's lower momentum. So this is still also in a price discovery phase. I'm being patient with this one. However, it could be forming a bottom here. Like, I feel like it doesn't have much more to go. I would say if it corrected to like 12 cents, I think that I would be comfortable making a move. And if you're the kind of trader that you like to get out of positions early, you can just put a stop limit under that at like 10 cents. And if it continues to fall below that, just sell it. But given that the momentum is just trending downwards, we're closer to the bottom than away from it, I think. Let's see. Anything else to discuss? Let's check out Render, considering AI tokens, because this one has been on a crazy run. And we could be close to the peak here, but to be honest, this could also just keep running. This is this is very bullish, from not just a momentum perspective, but from a price perspective. And this could just keep going up. Honestly, they've been doing insane work. So I'm not comfortable calling a top here yet. This could keep pumping up. So that's what's on my radar right now. Primarily is just these tokens. Let's see, anything else here? Jito. Let's talk about Jito for a second, because Jito I discussed on the podcast last week. Jito it's hard to read the chart because it's like hasn't been around that often or that much. But again, I discussed the crazy valuation. I do think that this comes down more. Honestly, I closed a short right around here, and I'm actually considering opening another one. Honestly, I feel like Jito, the valuation is just not going to be sustained, and God forbid if we really get like a wider correction in crypto, this thing is just going to, everyone with an airdrop is just going to dump this thing. I don't see why they would wait. So that's where my head is at. We can move into like just overall market perspective where I think things are headed. This is a pretty precarious chart. We have a higher high, but really on the same momentum. It hasn't really been like you usually want to see a higher momentum on higher highs to support a bullish chart. This is telling me that the rally is getting a little bit tired. But again, like I've been feeling like that for a month now, and it's just things have just kept going up. So I don't really know. The crypto markets this is like quite a run. It's surpassed my expectations. But this is telling me that we're closer to a correction than further. And by correction, I mean like, deeper than 1 day, which has been the typical correction for the past couple months. So correction lasting more than 24 to 48 hours, like a correction that's like a week long. We did get a red candle here for the week, but we came right back up it. But the volume is pretty low. We still have a lot of the week left to go, so we could just keep going up. But again, this is suggesting like we may have a bigger red candle here. But that being said, I'm not shorting this. I think you'd be crazy to short crypto in a bull market, especially with an ETF on the way. That's just my perspective. Take it or leave it. And that's my trade journal for today. That's really what I'm looking at. And see you guys next time.